Happy Monday, everybody. Here is my second Happy Monday from Marrakesh, and I'm hanging out by another pool today. I'm really lucky to be spending a few days with Mark Atwood post-retreat, which was amazing and such a beautiful place to be, and a real learning curve as well, so a lot of lessons learnt there. This week, really, with Mercury having gone retrograde and staying there for a while, communication comes up again, and certainly last week a lot was revealed to me about communication, about misperceptions, misunderstandings, presumptions. We can be using the same words, but they trigger different responses in us, and certainly you know me to be pretty forthright and to say things as I see them, although I also still have some remaining fear around really being open and really being honest, because of the fear of persecution, the fear of particularly disapproval, which as children, you know, we all were disapproved of at times in our behaviour, and it can then link us to feelings of shame and to feelings of anger and resentment, and guilt, even for being honest, for saying things like that emperor has no clothes on when everyone else is saying he does. So I'm wondering for you whether you've had any misperceptions and miscommunications this week. I have one very important person in my life telling me I need to really speak up and stand in my power, which was something I said to him a while ago, Mark, and that fills me with trepidation, because obviously that then alienates people who are used to a much more dampened down and vanilla version of Rosie. So I'm working through my own communication issues around that. But what I will say is that all I'm learning at the moment, it's like the light's getting brighter and brighter and brighter, and more, we've been talking a lot about the shadow self the last few weeks, and more is being revealed to me of, the aspects of my shadow, the parts of me that I haven't yet brought into the light and owned fully and accepted fully. And I feel it's really important, if you're struggling at the moment with being shown different aspects of your being that are not so easy to accept and to see, just to really hold space for yourself and be really loving and kind, and be aware also that there's some really weird energy going on at the moment. I was feeling very anxious for a couple of days and couldn't work out why I was anxious, and it seems I was picking up on the anxiety of others. So grounding fully and really sort of rooting down into the earth and breathing into your belly, and remembering that when you're getting close to revealing a truth to yourself, there can be a lot of conflict coming up. There can be a lot of resistance to that, both in the people around you. They will mirror your own internal resistance, and also in yourself, and kind of being scared of the next step, the next reveal, because what are we heading to when we start seeing that the world is in a pretty dire state, and we'd far prefer to believe that, the headlines that make us feel safe and make us feel that everything's in hand and we're being watched over and we're being looked after and there's nothing to worry about, and we can just carry on with business as usual. And then you lift the lid on that and realise that actually we all have to start opening our eyes more, using our voices more, speaking up and being prepared to come into conflict with others, or to be not heard, not to be approved of in what we say. There's a very important saying, which is, all it takes for evil to prevail is for good people to do nothing. And the great British Reserve says we don't rock the boat. The Greek hot-headedness says we say it as we see it. And finding compassion both for the views of others and also for ourselves, and recognising that not everybody is going to see eye to eye with us. That's okay. But you being able to own what is true for you is really, really important, and allowing others to also do the same. And often people will resist you again and again and again. They'll resist what you believe. They'll resist what you stand for. They will accuse you of stuff that is to do with their misperception. But eventually something happens in their own life, because you've planted a seed that will help them to see things in a way that perhaps they didn't before. And always, the absolute gift here is to ask for a miracle in any situation where there is conflict in communication, because a miracle mindset is really one where you allow a different perception of the situation to reveal itself, so that any disharmony can be brought back into harmony. And this takes us back. I keep bringing us back to Anjali Mudra. So you bring your hands together at your heart center and just press together, because here we have the awareness of being in the heart again and just unifying all opposing forces. We're all doing the very best we can all the time. And when something's revealed that might put into conflict whatever we've thought before, or, to see things with fresh eyes that will then contradict whatever our motives may have been in the past, or we see that there's an error in our motives, or we didn't realize what we were contributing to, gives us the opportunity to make different choices in the now. So ignorance isn't bliss. Ignorance is what keeps us recreating patterns and hurting ourselves and others and our planet continuously. I'm having my mind stretched more than I can possibly share with you right now here, because I'm getting like the truth download according to things that I'm being exposed to, and I'm having to digest that. But what I integrate and what I work with, I will then share with you. And all I'll say is, it's all very positive, but we do need to look at what's really going on in the world and start seeing what our place in it is, in terms of helping to shift from fear-based reality to love-based reality, which is what I'm all about. And the bottom line message is shine your light, because through shining your light, you'll help others to shine theirs too. So don't be frightened. Don't be frightened of disapproval. Accept it. Deal with the emotions that brings up for you, and approve of yourself anyway. Have a beautiful week, and I will be back in England next week. So next post will be from there. For now, I'm going to hang out by the pool. Yeah. See you later.